What's going on? What's going on? Y'all already know the vibes, man. I'm Popular Opinion Podcast. I'm Grand Hefe. That's Dano the Don. What's going on with you, bro?
Yata, you know what it is.
Hey, appreciate y'all for sticking in with us. Before we get started up with everything, make sure you guys like the podcast. Make sure you share the podcast. Leave us a review. That's one of the biggest things too. Make sure you guys leave a review. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you listen to your podcast, audio wise. Make sure you guys leave a review. 5 stars preferably. If you don't give us 5 stars, I'm probably gonna think you a hater. That's Real Unpopular Opinion Podcast on all major streaming platforms. Also on the YouTube channel. Tick it down to the bottom for all my viewers that's gonna watch this. Real Unpopular Opinion Podcast on YouTube. Real Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Also follow the Unpopular Opinion IG page. That's opinion underscore podcast. Unpopular opinion underscore podcast. Now we got that out of the way. We got a lot of stuff to get into. We got some interviews coming up as well. That's being put in the works. Got some merch coming out for you guys. So appreciate all the support, man. Y'all ran that up. Big shout out to Polynubian for doing the interview on Friday. Really good interview. Y'all haven't seen that. It's on the YouTube channel. It's on Anchor, Real Unpopular Opinion Podcast on both YouTube, however you want to listen. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. One of your favorite people. I know she's part of your island crew. And that's Ellen DeGeneres. Obviously, people from the famous Ellen show. She's been taking fire, man. And supposedly there's reports that she's thinking about shutting down her show. There's been a news investigation about allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because we haven't got no real details yet of anything that's going on. So allegedly, there is an investigation, that's for sure. But the investigation is got something to do with discrimination and mistreatment in the workplace of her minority employees. Um, is this a surprise to you, really, bro?
I honestly can't say it's much of a surprise because uh, the knowledge I have on Ellen, I already know she's kind of a really bad person. If you want to see the knowledge I'm talking about, you can see that on my page. I think she's a lot more evil than what this is even about, and I hope at least, if anything, this can get her off of the air because there's too many things she's involved with that are just bad business. Is very bad, and I think because now society is waking up to it, now the industry is kind of shying away from the people that we can put our finger on. Like, okay, this person is tied to too many weird things, and let's just say whatever we can to get them out of here without uh, talking about the other issues because I believe a lot more people are involved. And hashtag save the children. People who know about that know what I'm talking about.
Speaking of that, bro, let's segue real quick, and we're gonna get right back on Ellen. That's the good thing about this podcast. We ain't really got no, it ain't really no structure to this. We just do our thing. But I had seen today, your girl Chrissy Teigen. She was on. She had got posted on a social media site. I'm tired of giving all these social media sites they free publicity. So I'm done doing that. But she was on a particular site posted her today about she was cooking something, right? And everybody in the comments was like, looks like pizza to me. Looks like pizza. All I seen was pizza in the comments, like pizza, 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 pizza. And the shit she was cooking was terrible anyway. She said she was trying to cook like some Jamaican rice and peas or beans or some shit, but she used actual like peas. Like the shit actually did look like pizza, to be honest. And she's one of them. She's one of them other ones that's been on the island. And then shit, while we already here, let's go ahead and segue it back into Ellen and your boy Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton has came up in the news about um being on
Visiting the
Epstein
island
Island hosting two young
multiple times.
girls. Two
Yeah.
young girls, and the girl has came out. Before we get back on Ellen real quick, but the girl, her name is Virginia Guffrey, Giuffre. She said that she was 15 and she was working at Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, and that's when she was recruited by Epstein's, the girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxine.
Yeah, Maxwell.
Maxwell, my bad. Maxwell,
Yeah.
Ghislaine Maxwell. She said she was recruited by her, and basically she told that Epstein said that Clinton owed him favors. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on, bro, that's behind the scenes that a lot of people ain't really.
And if you look at Ellen DeGeneres' whole set for her show, it was all themed off of Jeffrey Epstein's island. It's like, it's too much stuff. There's too many things referencing little kids. And I posted a video trying to show the things directly, but I'm not gonna lie. The great people at Facebook and YouTube took that shit down quick. And if anybody wants to look further into that, you'll see they also are tied to Jeffrey Epstein. So I can't say too much about that, or they'll take down these videos too.
Who you saying is tied to Epstein? We on the Epstein road today, bro.
Mark Zuckerberg, all them motherfuckers. Bro, too many people have been outed, and I would say, if a lot of y'all want to get more into this, I have a great video. It's this one is really quick. It's called The Biggest Hollywood Whistleblower. Listen to what that dude said. He was in the movie Thor. And
Soul of Truth Productions on YouTube. Soul of Truth Production, spelled the same way that you would spell anything else. Soul of Truth Production on YouTube. It's because some people, they be trying to put a flair on it, so I just want to let people know. Soul of Truth Production on YouTube. Soul of Truth, all different words. Go ahead, bro.
Once you start to open that gate and understand why everything seems so off-putting now, like why the media is blatantly trying to turn our society a certain way, and it's kind of obvious. The people who get
do you think that the media coverage, do you think that this should be getting way more media coverage, or do you think that this is strategic? Do you think that they're just that this is a way another way for them to control the narrative, like they always do for every situation in the media? They're only going to show what they want to show. They omit what they want to omit. And because you would think this got something to do with kids. Like I was just showing my wife, bro, yesterday, not yesterday, probably like 2 or 3 days ago, some tweets from Chrissy Teigen, the stuff that she was saying about how seeing little girls just make her want to put herself in jail. And it's like, why would you want to put yourself in jail for seeing a little girl do a split? Like, that makes no sense to me, And then she also mentioned something about that she just wanted Anthony Weiner. I call him Weiner. Anthony Weiner, these kids. And if you know anything about who this guy is, you know what he was convicted of.
And I hate to say it. Some of our biggest heroes for our community are involved with this, like Obama. There's code words that you got to know about this shit. Like hot dog means little boys and shit. Like, it's deep. And he ordered $65,000 in hot dogs for a party. Like, I don't know any kind of hot dogs that'll cost that much, and he can't be feeding that many motherfuckers hot dogs. But then you have to see who else is involved with that shit, and then you're like, damn, this shit's deep. And then you start to see the connections with all these people, and a lot of these people have Democratic connections, and I've noticed that with a lot of the people, even in the celebrity industry and shit, a lot of them who have these pizza thoughts are really Democratic based. They always support the Democratic Party. So that makes me think that the Democratic Party is evil in a sense, because even to know what the Democratic Party does and what you think about Hillary Clinton, let's think about Joe Biden. You even think about Obama. Obama was, personally, I believe Obama was one of the worst things that could have happened to our black community when it comes to a president that represents us, because he was just a dude who was basically painted black. He was a white guy who was painted black. Like, you have to look at where he came from. He wouldn't represent real black people in our community. That's why he wasn't able to help us, because he didn't know how. I'm not going to say he didn't try, but he didn't know how to help us because he didn't.
I'm going to say he didn't try. And and those are really kind of harsh words to say he didn't try because these hardcore, you know, I'm going to support black anything regardless of what it is, whether or not they fucked up or whether or not they were good or not. Type people, I think those people would be the people that say, well, look at every time he tried to do something, they tried to stop what he did. But it's like, go look at the policies. Go look at, because it's not the fact that they tried to block everything that he does, or everything that he did. That part doesn't matter to me, because if you know anything about the president, we know that the president have no real power in any of that. Like the president really don't have
Yeah,
any. The president don't have any bearing on basically making laws and putting stuff into the society that we know of.
true.
Just like Trump just signed an executive order for lowering the unemployment and doing all this other stuff rent free. But until somebody else, until the real people that actually make these laws actually put that stuff, Trump just signing executive orders, that don't mean anything.
True.
It means nothing. So the people that are say, well, Obama tried to do stuff for black people, I encourage anybody to tell me what was the one thing he did or tried to do. What was these big things that he tried to do for our
And
people?
to further to further that, if anybody can honestly argue some good things, some good points, please comment, and we would love to bring you on, and we can
For
even
sure.
interview, and we can do that kind of interview as well, to where we can debate these topics,
Yeah, we
because
could do
I'm
a little late night special or something like that
things
interview.
like, and then those are interviews we may do also, like issues like that, and where we can talk to people about issues that may be knowledgeable of it. So don't think we're just gonna interview anybody. No hard feelings. But if
Yeah,
you come and
yeah, this
post
ain't that
here,
type of party.
and we
It
go
ain't
look
that
through
type
your
of
stuff,
party.
and you look like you just about a lot of hoorah, we probably ain't gonna put you on the show. No disrespect to anybody,
Because
but
this is also a business and people got to realize that as well. This is a business.
yeah,
But yeah, just to
yeah,
that point, like I encourage anybody to show what he was actually trying to do for our
exactly.
people, because I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. Let's just get that out the way. I don't like Trump. But one thing I do admire about him, he's for his people. He from day one he came in telling you what he wanted, who he was for, basically, and how he was going to go about doing that. Now he just can't totally neglect, the rest of the country, obviously, which is the reason why he always talks about what he done for black people, and this and that and that. But what his main priorities were. He was upfront about that from the beginning. And people, and I've talked to people before, and they always say, well, what did you want him to do? Just basically say, do stuff for black people. Yes, that's what I wanted, because we haven't had that in how many presidents?
I'm gonna say this is the harsh reality of Trump compared to other presidents. A lot of people say the president isn't bringing us forward, like they only do things for themselves, and I would agree with that. But I would say that Trump kind of threw us in the trunk while he drove. First, he helped himself and maybe other rich people around him, but then he did help us. He moved us in the right direction, but we were just in the trunk, so it was hard for us to see it. But then in the bigger picture, we start to realize, oh damn, this nigga, he did some
Is
things.
is
But
that the reason why you think a lot of black people, especially a lot of celebrities, are coming out voicing their what's this called, their backing of Trump? Like there's
their
been a lot
support,
of there's been a
I
lot, yeah,
think people are
support. That's
starting
that's
to
what that's what
wake
I was
up.
trying to find.
People are trying to wake up to it, because the thing is, eventually we have to wake up in our own community and understand that we've been bamboozled, and we should have figured it out a long time ago, because a long time ago they started doing this and putting it in their political race, and they started to put it in their, oh, we care about you right now, so just vote for us. And we never see, we haven't, it hasn't seemed like we've gotten progressive with our thought process. It's always the same thing, and we allow it. Now we're starting to wake up a little bit, but a scary thing is, a lot of people who are waking up are also getting ousted, are also getting muted, or silenced, as people want to say. But nonetheless, that still means people are waking up, and we can see that their little puppet strings ain't working for us no more. And it's a great feeling to see how many people are woken up to it. But
Which is the reason why I kind of go ahead. My bad.
and I'm not gonna say Trump is the answer because, to be honest, Trump
He's
ain't the
definitely
answer.
not the answer.
But
He's
but
definitely not the answer.
the the problem is the answer hasn't. The answer has kind of America has lost its path, and we are not going to be able to have the answer right now. I personally believe
I
our
don't think we'll ever have it
terrible.
in this generation.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll ever have it in
prob-
this generation.
I think in about another, probably after our lifetime, I believe it'll come. But right now, we're not because it's just going to take more mixed people, more older people to die off the world. And I hate to say it that way, but the hate, the hate is only from older people who are around that time, and people are starting to feel ignorant for even having that racism. Because I've watched so many things and so many documentaries about racist families, and you can see even the kids think it's silly. So I think in
Well, it's
time,
different for the kids though, because I mean, sometimes the hardcore racists they raise their kids and their kids be the same,
sometimes,
and I just don't
but
know. No, the hardcore racists they don't change, bro. Their kids are what they are. Like they,
if they do have a community around them also racist, I will agree. I will append to that. Meaning, if their house shows them racism and they leave, and there's other households around that are also racist, I do believe that they can also become racist.
which
But
kind of goes back to what Polly Nubian was saying on the interview, bro, when she said like she feel that a lot of this stuff happens from because people
don't travel.
their yeah, their environment. It's kind of just what you kind of just said right now. It's basically if I'm racist, right, and my next door neighbor is also racist, and then the people down the street is also racist, and my whole community is racist. 9 times out of 10, all of us is probably gonna be racist. But the more that you get out and see, the more people. Um, I'm from the South. Like I'm from the South. We're talking Florida. We're talking deep in the South country where the white boys they fly they Confederate
Mhm.
flags pretty much. I've been at a party one time, bro. I bullshit you not. Me and my boy Duntears. I swear to God, he's at a party, bro, with one of our white homeboys, and he took us out there. And as soon as we got out there, bro, his other white friends came and was like, "You can stay. They gotta go. Like, if
Damn.
they don't go, we got something for them." And I'm like, so it's like, bro, like, um, the hardcore racists are always going to be racist, no matter how, like, really, no matter really to me. The hardcore ones are going to be racist regardless. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how much they travel, how much they get around. But I think to a certain degree, what you're saying and what she said makes a whole lot of sense. Um, it's all about surroundings, and a lot of this new generation, they growing up, and social media is very prevalent. Obviously, that's one of the biggest things in the world right now. Social media, so they get to see a little bit more now than what we saw back when we only had MySpaces, or even before MySpace when we had nothing. It was just you.
A
The only
good
way
a
that you
good
really seen black people probably was on the TV if you was in one of those communities.
That's true.
I want to get back to something though because we kind of
But think what
and it was my
let me say this real quick.
nah. Go
Real
ahead.
quick. A good comparison I would say is like being like a thug. If you like in the hood and you a thug, then that's the norm. It don't seem weird. But say you're in a well off neighborhood and you're a thug, then everybody's gonna look around at you like what's wrong with you? And that's kind of the same thing that's going on with what we were just talking about. That's all I want to say. I always like
No, that's
throwing
a
an example in there.
no, that's a pretty good point. But I wanted to get back to because we kind of sped past it a little bit. And that was the Ellen thing, and that was on me because it
Oh yeah.
we have so much stuff on the roster today that lined up with Ellen, like, and all of these people that's connected to Ellen, and we got to Obama we haven't even got to the quote what his wife said yet, and I want to get to that a little bit later. But Ellen, bro, like this, does that surprise you that she's having discrimination claims? Does it surprise you that any of these big time people actually act like this to their black employees or their minority employees? Do like, it doesn't surprise me, and the fact that she wants to cancel it, and it says here that she wanted to cancel to basically, to basically save face. And she didn't just want to deal with it. She didn't want her reputation to take a hit, and that's the reason why she wanted to shut the show down. It says, and I quote here from she feels she can't go on, and the only way to recover her personal brand from this is to shut the show down. Well, that seems like she's running for something.
If you even think about it, bro, this ain't the first time people have said things like this. If you look months ago, people were already complaining about her, telling people everyone has to chew gum because I don't want to smell anybody's breath. Everybody in here, like but what's crazy is all the people who were coming forward about these complaints were all minority people. So ironically, this don't surprise me. I guess they just put them together and be like, oh, she was only saying this to us niggas. But beyond that, I feel like this wasn't surprising because this has been going on. Like she sent some Chinese dude home because he smelled like fish or something because he had fish for lunch in his little lunchbox or some shit. I don't remember exactly, but she was doing so much fucked up shit and it just wasn't coming to light. But now, I think because other things are coming to light, that's what I'm saying. Other things are coming to light she's involved with. They're just putting, okay, yeah, you guys already kind of knew about this. That's the reason. Let's put that out there. That's the reason. But I'd be hard pressed to say that Oprah's about to be put off the air too, for real. And mark my words, all y'all. Put whatever today is, mark that on your calendar. Say, Daniel said this. Watch. Oprah's next.
Oprah, I believe, is definitely going to be one of the ones that's going to be coming up pretty soon.
Because you have to look at who she's involved with. A dude that she even endorsed, he had ladies tied up so he can impregnate them and use the babies for shit. She was tied in with Jeffrey Epstein. She was tied in with Harvey, whatever his name is.
Weinstein.
They all have a stain in it. So I'm starting to realize if someone has a stain in their name, don't trust them niggas. But
dang, my teeth kind of, dang, boy.
Well, you've been brushing them motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? A little floss here and there. You know what I'm saying? A little flaws here and there, but yeah, bro, like it's a lot of powerful people, bro. That's or not powerful. I wouldn't say powerful. There's a lot of people with money, and I guess that makes them powerful because when you got money, you can buy off anybody. You can.
Not many people can tell you anything.
Who's you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Ooh. Especially when you ain't got as much money as them. And they can
the perfect example was Jeffrey Epstein.
Have you gone?
Jeffrey Epstein was a perfect example. People act like this is the first time he got caught up with this shit. He already got caught up with this shit and sent his ass right back to where was it? He went back to where he was from.
Yeah, overseas somewhere, wherever he's low.
What are those those people who say they're the Israelites? What do they call themselves?
Oh, Jewish.
Oh yeah, he went back to wherever he's from. He's Jewish or whatever, and he went back over there, and then he came back, and then he was still just cool, chilling and shit. Like, bro, it's too obvious now, bro. It's too obvious, and that's why they fucking up, because they're making shit too obvious. And then
you know what it is, bro? I don't think they making it too obvious. Let me tell you what I think it is. This is what I think it is, bro. I think more people are starting to do their research. More people are starting to look into this stuff because we talked about this, I think, like one of our very first podcasts together. And that was the fact that people only care about stuff that affects them in our community. Mm-hmm. I can't really speak to other people's communities. You know, I'm just talking strictly from being a black man in America, the stuff that black people talk about, the stuff that we that we associate ourselves with, the stuff that we care about. We only care about stuff that's going to directly impact us. And when it doesn't, it's like whatever. Why you think for so long this has been going on? All of these people, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Obama, Michelle, Oprah, all of these people that's done been to Epstein Island, knowing what he does. Because you can't tell me you didn't know. Knowing what he does, you still go there. I just think people now are starting to wake up and people are starting to do their research. And you know, one thing, because just like today, I told you about the Chrissy Teigen thing, right? All she did was post up some food that she cooked for John Legend, and motherfuckers was in the comments, bro. I'm telling you, it was like pizza all the way. You couldn't read two comments without seeing something about either a pizza emoji or sounds like looks like pizza gate to me, and it's like it's just more people are waking up and more people are starting to do their research and not just be in this mindset of, oh, let me just be on social media all the time. Oh, let me just be doing this. Let me just be doing that. Let me do something that's actually productive. And I think that's what it is. And more people are starting to get named because people are starting to do their research.
And I'd be hard pressed for anyone to argue that YouTube and Facebook doing all this damn censoring is only making us want to say shit more, because we know y'all got a problem with what we talking about. Because if I could post a video about some random ass shit and I don't even think it's really real, and y'all ain't saying shit about that, but then I post some shit that has proof, has people who actually saved their own life, and y'all taking it down, I have to wonder, what the fuck is y'all really trying to do? Well, who are y'all really trying to help? That's how that's all I learned from Corona. I don't trust the government for shit, because when I do my own research and I see the only thing that has helped people, the only thing that other countries that aren't involved with this fucking shit that's all under Bill Gates, all of them are using these medicines.
And he just donated some money. He just donated some money, right, to the corona vaccine, right?
This is the thing. Everyone don't realize when he's donating, he's donating under contract to get that percentage. People aren't thinking about the fact,
but you know,
every motherfucker to have to get something, that means he's smart enough to know, okay, if I make it so it's mandatory, that means those people ain't gonna have to pay for it. I'm gonna get that shit directly from America. He's doing that shit smarter than a regular nigga's even thinking about it. Because other niggas, this is the thing. He went from, okay, I can sell computers to everyone who can afford it, or no, fuck this. I can manipulate the media, the people who I already fuck with, to make everybody get scared of some shit. So America mandates. So the whole world is getting together on it. If y'all go watch my videos, this shit was so obvious. All the world is getting together that we all need to be vaccinated worldwide. Are you fucking kidding me? Think about how much money that is for the person who's getting the money for this. I even break that down. He said it's going to be like $300 billion or some crazy shit. Go look at my videos. I don't have great memory, but I do great research. Y'all go look at that shit, and it's going to blow your fucking mind. For real. And people are overlooking that shit because they're like, oh, he doing good. Because they on the top of their receipt, instead of receipt, it says donation tab. It's bullshit, bro. And they playing us like a motherfucker. And we eating that shit up. That's why I ain't taking none of them vaccinations. Even if you go look at the research on them vaccinations, bro, the vaccination itself will kill more people than the people who are going to be contacted by the disease. Nigga, I can't even get started with this shit, bro.
I already know. I mean, if you know anything just about the government, man, y'all already know that they're never going to do anything that's going to hurt their bottom line. They're never going to do anything that's going to hurt what their interests are in anything. And they'll lay down and get into bed with anybody, really.
It's money.
That's just how it works,
bro.
That's why I just said earlier. If you got money, you can buy anybody off. If you got money, you can buy anybody off. But that's gonna be it for part one of the podcast. You guys are gonna want to stay tuned, man, because it's gonna be
because we need to talk about that American dream, bro. Why is the American dream? I
we can keep
about that.
We can keep this going right now.
Hey, we can throw it on. Hey, no, let them have to go to part two for that. But I want to talk about that what that American dream really means for these people.
American dream don't mean anything, but that's gonna be it for the podcast today, guys. Make sure that you like this video, share this video on YouTube, turn on the post notification on YouTube, so every time we drop a video, y'all already know y'all get the link to all of that. Unpopular Opinion Podcast, Real Unpopular Opinion Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, wherever you download your podcast at. Download the Don on Apple Music, Solar True Productions on YouTube. Make sure you guys also subscribe to our other YouTube channel. We're gonna be bringing out a lot of different content on that
y'all
channel.
Y'all ain't ready for that one though.
Yeah, nah, they ain't ready for that one yet. They ain't ready for that one yet.
Believe in Jesus.
we gonna be coming through with a lot of hot takes on that one. So similar to what we do on here, but a lot more in depth. Trust me, y'all don't want to miss that. That's not your thoughts in. KNOT. Your thoughts on YouTube, not your thoughts. Trust me, y'all don't want to miss that. Down on the Don, you got anything before we get out of here?
Shit, like always, all y'all stay strong. Keep doing y'all thing. If someone tell you can't do nothing, all you got to give them is one of them, and then give them a two-step, and just keep going. Man, stay blessed. Stay living good. Yata, as always. Always stay young. Always stay wise. And always stay persevering. That's it.
Y'all already know the vibes, man. Unpopular Opinion Podcast on behalf of Down on the Don, Grant Hefe. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, do all that